Rolling.
And I will always love you. I need that Whitney Houston love. Whitney Houston.
I don't think that exists no more, bro. I don't think that exists no more. Hey, we just got finished doing a workout, so y'all see me, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta. Look, bro, just take a pause for the cause.
Yeah.
Take a pause for the cause.
No cap, we may be a little. Still getting that work in though.
Yeah, man, always and forever. And you know, we in a different location.
Yeah.
We in a different location.
Y'all watch the vlog, y'all gonna see where we at.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Check out the vlog, tap into, and let us know if y'all want to see more videos like that too, cause like,
Yeah.
you know, we be having some days.
Yeah.
So
Interesting days, I should say.
some interesting days.
But it was a point in life, 2022 or 3. It felt like when I was in college, every time I came home, some crazy shit happened, bro. Some crazy, like literally every time I came home, it was some crazy shit happening.
Yeah. Every time me and this man linked, even down there in college.
Yeah,
like,
in Fort Valley,
always some stuff.
crazy shit, bro.
But you know, we here now. Bro.
Yeah, we're changed men.
And let them know where we at, bro. Let them know where we at.
So, we actually at our former high school, bro. We at Arabia Mountain in DeKalb County, Georgia.
Yeah, man.
You know, the east side.
The bougie school.
Yeah, of the city. I mean, of the county. You know what I'm saying? So many memories here. I actually played football in high school, so there was no turf when I was here. I sound like an old head, but I graduated 2020. But yeah, so I actually put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on this field. It's hard to say this field because it's turf, but you know, you get the dynamics of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, bro. I attended here for about a year and a half, freshman year, and then a little bit of sophomore. I don't know what they doing, bro. They setting up. They finna set up. But you know, I attended here, and I be using it for the track now, and I think it's a cool place. But we gonna get into some real important information today. I know a lot of y'all have been waiting on this, and we definitely are excited to get into it for sure.
Hell yeah.
The laws of the universe, the Kemetic principles, whatever you want to call it, basically, we're going to be sharing with y'all a few of the laws that are governing everything going on around you.
Yeah. And with this, so, you know, when you're born, there's no blueprint to how to live life. So a lot of times we learn from touching a hot stove, you know, from experience and shit. But sometimes if you just had like a list of like things to follow by to make life a little bit easier, that's what universal laws are. You know what I'm saying? I had to bump my head hella times to learn these universal laws because you can cheat man-made laws, but one thing you can't cheat are universal laws at all. You can't get around that shit. That shit is always watching you at every single moment of your life, bro.
Yeah. And if you do try to cheat out a universal law, you will find that whatever outcome is something that is very out of order.
Yeah.
It is something that is very opposite to probably the outcome that you want. So,
yeah.
Universal laws cannot be broken, and when they are, it is devastating. Let's just say that.
Yeah, your life is gonna be.
Yeah. So they, like he said, they offer a blueprint to what mechanisms are governing this world. And while some people will like to look at a theoretical force that they can't really see, these are things that you can test and actually get the answer if they are real or not. So, yeah, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, so the first law, which is like the foundation of all universal laws, is the law of vibration, bro. So I really want you guys to pay attention to all of them, but this one specifically because you have to understand that like everything in the universe is vibrating at a specific frequency, bro. Everything is frequency. Nikola Tesla, one of the smartest men to ever step foot on this earth, one powerful quote he said was, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy frequency, and vibration, bro. So we was just running talk about this, right? We're like, it's crazy how like I'm running and like I'm touching my arm. This shit feels like matter. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit feels, this shit feels pretty sturdy or whatnot. But if you go down and get like a microscope, really this shit is just a hella atoms vibrating at a fast ass frequency, bro. And to us in this three-dimensional plane, it appears to be solid, but there's no such thing as solid. Everything is vibration, everything is frequency. So even like you're hearing me right now through sound waves, bro. Sound waves is a frequency, a certain frequency that my lungs is punctuating and coming throughout my throat, pause, to you guys' ears. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, this is very important, bro. So I want you guys to think of the universe as a broadcasting field of infinite possibilities, and our mind is like the radio that tunes into the signal of this infinite pool of possibilities that the universe is broadcasting at every single millisecond, every single moment of quote unquote time. So your mind is, like I said, it's a radio, it's like a receiver. So whichever frequency your mind is tuned into is going to basically be whichever frequency that your reality is going to be based off of, because of that vibration, because of the energy. So if you want whatever dream you have in your mind that you want to accomplish, whatever goal, that goal is vibrating, it exists. According to quantum physics, it exists. All possibilities exist. But the secret is you have to match that goal, the frequency of your goals, you have to match that with the frequency that you are right now in this moment.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people speak so much about frequency.
Yeah.
You probably hear it so much, you like, bro, this annoying frequency, vibration.
That shit real, I ain't gonna
lie.
But
the thing is, like he said, it's literally like an antenna. If your vibration is low, your antenna is set to other low vibrations. So you're gonna get things in your life that are coming in and you're gonna wonder why. And it's because this is who you are. This is what you are tuned to.
Yeah.
In my life, I see a lot of good. I see a lot of love. I see a lot of growth. I see a lot of work being put in. I see a lot of great stuff. Another person, maybe they're depressed right now. In their life, in situations, since they are at a low vibration, they will find more low vibrations all around them. And even those low vibrations will find them.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. You have to decide what vibration you want to get on, and you cannot cheat it.
You can't.
If you are a low vibrational person, no. If you are performing low vibrational actions, there is no possible way that you can tune yourself into a high vibration.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get into it later with another law, but it's like, this is what you are gonna get. You reap what you sow, for real, with law of vibration.
Yeah. And it's the foundation for everything. That's why I wanted to start it off with the law of vibration. Like, even if you do like, what's it called? Like EKGs or some shit that like, let me just use, damn, I just had a brain fart. But when they scan your brain, CAT scans and X-rays and all that shit, all that shit is radiation and X-rays, all that shit is a frequency. They have this machine that's tuned into this frequency and is looking at you, bruh. So everything is frequency. The music you listen to, one of the most common musics I want to give you guys is what I meditate to a lot, is 432 hertz frequency. And that basically like tunes your brain to like peace, love, and gratitude. Like, this shit is real. If you don't believe me, look it up your damn self, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of the frequency that we listen to on Apple Music and on the radio, I forgot exactly which hertz it's tuned to.
It's one that's destructive, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like, it's a more destructive hertz that the music is tuned to. So this shit is all science and shit, and that's another reason why I just love life. But law of vibration, bro.
No cap. Hey, starting off hot, bro. But now we're gonna get into my favorite one, which is the law of mentalism, bro. This is my favorite law because, I would look at it as a foundational one as well, because so many other things come out of it. Everything comes out of vibrations, but like this, it's the same way with the mind. The law of mentalism states that everything starts or comes from the mind, and whatever you are, deducing the mind to be at that time, that's where it comes from. Sometimes actions within a cell are dictated by the mind of the nucleus. The body, our human, is dictated by the mind in our brain, how we're thinking. And when you are beginning to do anything, if you want to change, it has to start in your mind. If you want to create something, it has to start in your mind. If you want to manifest something, it has to start in your mind. Like, everything has to start in your mind before you can go to the next step, which is taking action. And I think a lot of people take fault at this point, mainly because you have people that are not really knowing what they're doing, not thinking through certain actions, and they are just kind of sticking stuff on the wall. And you're in that phase for some time, but once you begin actually following the process correctly, saying, hey, I'm gonna take my time to really think this through, find out what parts of this I can piece together in my mind, and then I'll move forward, you'll see that you have better outcomes. One thing that you'll hear a lot of people say is, did you even think about this before you did it? Because if you just thought about it, you would have probably not even made that decision. And so even when we're quote unquote manifesting certain realities in our life, when we think about our actions get into those, we get there faster. And law of mentalism also leads into other stuff. The reason why we believe in a higher intelligence, which is basically a higher mind, is because of this law. We believe that everything comes from the mind. So whether that mind be a humanoid sentient mind, or that mind be a mind in a different aspect, y'all hear the bell?
Class over, face.
You see what I'm saying? But law of mentalism, that is my favorite one. Think about what you are doing, okay? Start there. If you wanna change, you have to change what you're thinking about. You have to change how you're thinking. This is the first step.
Yeah. Your mind is literally, it's like the garden of your reality. You know what I'm saying? You have two parts of the mind. You have the subconscious and the conscious mind, but specifically the subconscious mind in general, because and your thoughts and your emotions, those are like the seeds that you plant into your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
what you observe, what you take in, the vibrations that you take in.
Yeah, the vibrations. Even piggybacking off that, your thoughts, your emotions, everything, all of those are vibrating at a certain frequency in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, law of mentalism, for sure. Mind is matter. Since then.
Yeah. Mind turns to matter too.
Yeah.
So, my law of mentalism.
Yeah, that's a great one, bro. Yeah. So, my second law is the most sexiest universal law probably out there right now that everybody talks about the most. I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds to guess it. If y'all guess it, I'm gonna cash app you $1. I ain't cash app you none, he says then. But nah, it's the law of attraction though. So I feel like the law of attraction is it's the most common heard universal law. Like I said, the sexiest universal law, but it's a big misconception about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think the law of attraction, they can just sit around and be like, oh, I'm gonna manifest my desired reality by sitting here and doing nothing. Like, nah, bro. It's a verse. Faith without work is dead. And that really applies to all aspects, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even when it comes to a law of attraction, you still have to put work in to get what you want. You feel me? Yeah. So basically how this works is, I talked about vibration in the first one. So you're a radio your mind is the radio. The universe has this infinite amount of frequencies broadcasting at all times. So the law of attraction, what this does is this is what attracts this reality from this universal pool into your reality, into your mind. So think of the law of attraction kind of as like a fishing pole that you throw out in a lake to catch the fish and you reel it back in. So the law of attraction is going to be, it's going to be that thing that goes out into the universe and grabs it back into your reality. But also the thing that I want to speak on is that it's impersonal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think law of attraction is just some type of always positive, even though there's really no such thing as positive or negative, but that's neither here or there, face.
I digress.
Oh God, I digress. But yeah, so you're gonna always attract what frequency you're at all times. So if you're depressed, bro, that's because, like he said earlier, you're sending out a depressed signal. So the universe is just giving that shit right back to you. You know what I'm saying? That fishing pole, which is the law of attraction, it's gonna always bring back what you're emitting, what frequency you're emitting at that time. So that's something you have to be very careful with when it comes to law of attraction. But like I said, I feel like a lot of people don't really know that stuff. They think a law of attraction is like, oh, I'm just attracted by laying here and...
Of course. They think it's along with all of the other conveniences that they have in life. That you can just say, I am money. I am abundant. Like, bro, that's one step to it. Yeah. The law of mentalism is nothing without action.
Yeah, not literally.
It is just the precursor. So when you get into the law of attraction, you have to, like you said, like you have a saying, treat others how you would want to be treated. Why do you do that? Because with you sending out that signal of love to somebody else, or with you sending out that signal of hate to somebody else, how are they going to respond? How are they likely to respond? With something that is equal and of the same degree, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So treat others how you want to be treated is a great way of depicting the law of attraction.
Yeah, literally, bro. And even like going back off like nothing's gonna happen, it's like planting a tree but never watering it. Like that tree's never gonna grow.
Bro.
So like the work is the water to that seed that you plant. Like, you think it, but you have to put some work behind it, you know what I'm saying? So, law of attraction, bro, that's a very powerful one. You see how it correlates into all these laws. All these universal laws really correlate into each other.
Literally, bro. And that's why they're so powerful. It's like their presence is not only just in the universe, they're in each other. Like, that's kind of crazy. The foundational laws are present within each other. But yeah, law of attraction, that's cool. I love law of attraction. But it definitely has become a trend right now.
Yeah.
You know. But now we're going to get into the law of rhythm. And the reason why this one I like much more than the law of attraction, and I like both, is because within the modern sphere, when people talk about flow, it's in a more reverent sense. When people talk about law of attraction, it's kind of low knowledge, you know, just kind of heard about it. I want to talk about it. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
But when you talk about the law of rhythm, which the law of rhythm states that patterns and repetition are compensated. The reason why you can look at a pattern and become hypnotized is because it has such a strong energy to it, of it just being a pattern, of it just being a repetitive visual. And so when you are going through your life and you can find a rhythm through life, that is when you enter the flow state.
Yeah.
But let's isolate it to just running. Whenever you are running and you enter a state where you're not necessarily feeling your legs, your breath is not bothering you, the wind around you is just passing by, you enter kind of a flow state that makes it effortless in you doing that activity. So a tennis player can enter the flow state in tennis. An artist can enter the flow state while drawing something. Whenever you are getting in a rhythm with what you're doing, it's compensated. But it also has a different side to it. The law of rhythm also depicts that life, as we know it, will go up and it will go down.
Yeah.
But that is compensated with it being life. The way that life is a thing is because it has the rhythm of ups and downs. You have life and death. Those are extremes, but if you can go through your life and you enter a point where you're up, but you're not too up, you are going along with the rhythm. But if you go in that up and you try to stay stuck on that up, knowing that you have to go a little bit lower, you will find a different mental state within yourself. You will actually enter low vibrations because you are trying to hold on to that thing.
Yeah.
Possession, you know? And then
Yeah.
you're gonna grieve it once it's gone. Once you're in a low place, oh my God, why am I like this? Why is my life like this? Why am I in this position? Your life has to be like this for it to be life.
No, that's a fact.
So that is the law of rhythm.
And to piggyback off that is this quote I live by is like, don't be too high on the high and don't be too low on the lows. You know what I'm saying? You gotta always just be in rhythm, like no matter what.
really,
like
bro.
if life is looking great, keep your foundation,
Bro.
you know what I'm saying?
Just coast it.
Yeah, if it's going down, still keep doing your foundation of what your daily routine may be. And also it's like friction, bro. You know? It's a lot of friction in people's lives that doesn't allow them to enter the law of rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, and friction is like flow. Like I like to look at it as our veins, arteries and shit, but then you have like a cloggage in your veins. Now this
Yeah.
vein can't pump this blood to this area of cells because of this friction right there. So the same thing is happening in a lot of people's lives, you know, when they aren't living in their desired reality. They have some type of friction. That friction
Yeah.
could be anything. It could be their diet, lifestyle, their partner, any fucking thing. you know?
Literally anything, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to, the best that you can, just try to find that rhythm, find your edge in that thing. And I'm looking at this thing over here. You guys can't even see it. I'm gonna try to turn the camera over here, but like those things right there, let me see if I can zoom in, bro. You see that thing right there? That thing right there. It's like how rhythm is. It go up and it go down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna zoom in, but hopefully y'all see that. Oh God.
Hey, y'all boys, y'all gonna make edits? Help me. That's
We need them.
chill.
Nah, but yeah, that's the law of
Yeah,
rhythm.
I love the law of rhythm as well. And it's another quote I live by is like, discipline isn't about intensity, it's about rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, and when I just think about that myself, it just allows me to be like, okay, like, you know, like just not necessarily chill out, but like you got to sustain this and elevate it for decades and decades. Like if you too intense, nigga, you gonna burn out. You know what I'm saying? So
literally.
it's about finding that rhythm and that discipline. So I love the law of rhythm as well.
Law of rhythm.
Yeah. But my last law is the law of correspondence. As above,
So below.
so below. So
As within, so without.
yeah, as within, so without, bro. So it's basically just life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. So every single experience, every person that you meet, it's all a reflection of your inner world, because your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. So life, when things happen to you, it's not happening, well, like I said, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. My friend told me that, and that really stuck with me. Like everything in life that happens, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. There's always a lesson in every single experience, every single moment that we exist in this three-dimensional plane. You know, the universe isn't necessarily against us. It's impersonal. It's just this big impersonal thing. It's just like what we ask the universe to give us. So if we asking from our frequency, from our vibration, if we asking the universe to give us depression, it's gonna give us depression, bro. Because it loves us that much.
It loves us that much that it's gonna give us what we want.
That's what I'm saying.
No
so
cap, bro. Cause it doesn't know, okay, he don't actually want this.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, at some aspect it probably does, but like whatever your internal is, and we did an episode about the inner world, go ahead and check that out.
Yeah.
Whatever your internal world is gonna depict how your perspective is. And how you cultivate your perspective is usually how you are gonna go out into the open world. You're not gonna find a lot of people that are very open with their perspective and just, going and, just not having too much expectations about what they're going through. But whenever you have a good inner world, you will have a good outer world. And if you have a bad inner world, you will have a bad outer world. Now, the reason why, as humans, our inner world is the thing that creates our outer world is because that is the only thing that we have closest to control.
Yeah.
We can control our actions. We cannot control the outside world's actions. So when you turn your inner world, when I turned my inner world into one of positivity and growth and love, I literally began saying things like, oh, nature is so beautiful. Oh, life is such a beautiful thing. My perspective pointed me to see those things.
Yeah.
And that is a tactic. But also, one very practical way that you can think about law of correspondence is we are human as this singular form, but we have smaller forms within us. So we have organs, then we have organelles, then we have, not organelles, but we have organ systems, we have organs, then we have tissue, then we have cells, then we have organelles in those cells. So those are basically things getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. But the thing about it is that they are all part of the same form. So those things are all separate in their individual operations, but they all make up this singular form of a human being. And so with that, you can break down other things, you can scale up other things, you can scale down other things, and it's just a cool way to look at the world. Law of correspondence.
Yeah. And also, majority of depressed people are junky. Their living space is junky, but that's because of the law of correspondence. Like,
their inside is junky.
That's what I'm saying. So if you have a cluttered mind, then your living space is going to be cluttered just by default. Like, that's the perfect example right there, bro, of the law of correspondence in real life action, a real life scenario, Yeah. So, and also another thing too is patterns, bro. Like something I've been becoming more aware of probably the last year is pattern recognition. And I want you guys to really think about this too. Like when y'all exit off this video, is pattern recognition, pattern recognition, pattern recognition. In our life, bro, it's a lot of patterns that repeats itself. The universe has geometrical patterns that we can't even see. But if it's a pattern going on in your life that you don't want to change, that you want to change, but it seems like you can't change it, like you may be like, damn, why I feel like I keep attracting, law of attraction, why does it feel like I keep attracting the same type of woman? Like, what the fuck? Well, it's not the women's fault, it's your fault. There's something internal that you need to fix that's causing you to attract these type of women. So yeah, pattern recognition. Become very aware of the patterns in your life. If you don't like them, you can change them, but the way you change them is from the internal world. You dig?
Yeah, okay. Beautiful, bro. Law of correspondence, man.
Yeah.
And now we just gonna share our last one, but this is not the last law. But we're gonna share the last one for today, which I feel like is the one that I think most people should pay attention to right after this video. Like, when you go out into the world and you perform an action, something happens because of that action. And the law that governs that is the law of cause and effect. You have the plane of cause and you have the law of effect. The plane of effect. we cannot influence the plane of effect. The only way we can influence the plane of effect is if we influence the plane of cause. That is the only way. Effects are depicted by causes.
Yeah.
So do not focus on this happened to me. Focus on what caused this to happen to me. What did I do for this to happen to me? And it goes into something else that I really, really love, which is extreme ownership. When you learn about this law, you learn that everything has a cause. Everything. So even if you don't get to the point of extreme ownership, you now know that, okay, this happened because of something. Let me figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of me, maybe it's because of somebody else. Let me figure out what it is. If you continuously look at it from somebody else's cause, you will find that it is always out of your hands. And that is why you need to focus on your causes. What did you do in this situation to bring about this effect? What about your life in the past caused your present to be like this?
Yeah, nah, literally. I ain't gonna lie. Law of cause and effect is a heavyweight.
Bro, it's like, fuck.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you.
If I can make a decision, I'm not just thinking about it from making that decision and moving forward. I'm thinking about it in the. All right, so
Action.
the camera cut off, but we back. Basically what I was saying is, once you learn about the law of cause and effect, you learn to not looking at your actions from a shallow point of view. You're looking at them from a long-term point of view now. What is going to happen because of these actions? Like what's going to come after this?
Yeah.
You know, because I can sit down right here, but what's going to come after this? We're going to record a podcast. That's the effects. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at that in every other, aspect.
Yeah. And one law that we didn't mention, which really ties into everything, but specifically this law of cause and effect, is the law of one.
Yeah.
You know, that like there's no separation ever. So that's why the law of cause and effect exists, is because of the law of one. So I look at it as like a coin, like the one side, which is heads, that could be the cause, tails could be the effect, you know what I'm saying? It's the same coin, just on a different side. So it's always gonna be a cause and it's always gonna be an effect into every single thing in this three-dimensional reality.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
And remember that causes are also effects.
Yeah.
Most of the time. It's like this ever-ending thing. You know?
Nah,
like,
yeah.
something caused the sun, and effects are the growing of all this stuff here. But all of this other stuff is also effects.
It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I didn't even think about that.
Causes. So, you gotta really tap into the universal laws, learn about more information about this, learn about Thoth the Atlantean, learn about the Kabbalion, which talks about the three initiates, learn about the Emerald Tablets, learn about the Kemetic principles, learn about all of these things that are really foundational aspects. And I'm gonna share this as a little nugget, and I probably would never say this, but when you are researching the universal laws and you come across Thoth, look at the influence of Thoth in civilization. That's the only hint I'm gonna give. You know what I'm saying? Look at the influence of specifically the character Thoth in civilizations.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
and with this knowledge, don't just like gain the knowledge and do nothing with it, because you're gonna be as useless as the person who's ignorant to the fact that this knowledge doesn't even exist. So with the knowledge, apply that knowledge to your day-to-day life, and I promise you, your reality will change in ways you would have never imagined, because you possess that power within. You know, a lot of times we give our power externally, not even realizing that we have that power within.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Hey man, this has been Appearances Podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Comment the word law,
yeah, law.
and we'll send the first person $5 on God. We gonna reply to your comment.
Hey.
Comment the word law, and join Appearances community. You need a community, a group of individuals that you can grow with, and that is the Pure Intentions community. On the way to 50 members. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be our next milestone. So Definitely a lot of stuff coming. But yeah, man, this has been a Pure Sisters podcast. We out.
See you next time.
Niggas sound like a kid. Niggas sound like a 5-year-old kid. See you next time. Stupid ass. That nigga on the spectrum.
Chill.
Look,